Congratulations to Kirby in Georgia. He's got a hell of a football team. They play great, and hats off to them. We knew it was going to be a physical, violent game, and that's what it was, without a doubt. Proud of our guys. We played physical and we competed, and there's a lot that we can take from that with the physicality that we played with. That was a war out there tonight, and proud of our guys and the physicality that we showed in all three phases. We challenged our guys to do that, and they did. I thought we competed throughout the game, and proud of that. Having said that, you can't help a great football team like that, and we certainly helped them tonight in a lot of ways. We've got to coach better, myself included. We have to play better, but just told the team in the locker room, as bad as we were in a lot of different areas tonight, I'm more excited about this football team coming out of this game than maybe I even was going into it, just because of the signs that I saw, some of the things that happened as the game went on and the way that we responded. Jalen Foster played his rear end off, thought we tackled well. I know they had 184 yards rushing, a few of those on some explosive plays, but for the most part, thought we did a nice job of tackling and controlling their run game for the most part. The plays that our receivers made, Josh Vann, Jalen Brooks, a lot to build on from that standpoint. So got a lot to improve. We got to get a whole lot better as a football team before next week. But I did see a lot of signs tonight of a team that has a chance to be a good football team. And we just got to continue to get better.
Ben, with the first one in Portland.
Shane, obviously they've got a really good defensive line over there. Just what were they doing to maybe make things physical on the offensive side and maybe being able to get a push?
Who was doing?
Georgia's defensive line. What were they doing to maybe make things difficult on the offense?
They've got like 100 5-star football players on their defense. They have a defensive lineman that weighs 340 pounds and runs better than everybody on this call. They've got 5-star defensive backs. They're big and physical and fast. I mean, other than that, they're really freaking good. That's why they have the top defense in the country. They're hard to run the football on. So there wasn't some magical scheme they came out with tonight. They got 5-star recruits everywhere, and they play really physical. Damn.
David Coninger.
Shane, is there an update on Sherrod and then Zeb?
Sherrod's got a lower leg injury. He's going to be out for a while. Unfortunate for him. You guys saw it. Anytime they bring the card out, it's not good. We'll see the extent of it as we go forward. Initial prognosis, not necessarily season ending, but he's certainly going to be out for a while. Zeb got a cut on his hand. We don't think it's broken, but he's got a pretty significant cut on his hand that he had no feeling in his hand. So obviously he can't throw the football with that, but we don't think it's broken. And then Cam Smith, he was out pretty much the whole second half. He's got his foot stepped on, the same foot that he injured previously. He got that stepped on. So we'll see, what his status is for next week.
Colin Taylor.
Yeah, Shane, how much of your game plan was maybe did you have to tweak once Luke got into the game? And how do you feel like he performed when he was out there?
I thought he did great. Obviously, if you script how the game's going to start, you not losing Sherrod Green and losing the guy that started the game at quarterback early in the game is not ideal. Brad Johnson had, I don't know if it was food poisoning or what, but he was sick all day. So he, wasn't 100% from that standpoint. And those other guys stepped up, Mokava and Staley. Thought those guys did great. We didn't really have to change much of the plan. I mean, going into it, we started Zeb because, Luke practiced all week, but really Thursday was the first day that he got in there and did true, like full 11 on 11. Before that, it was individual drills. It was 7 on 7. It was some limited stuff. Thursday, he was pretty much full go, and we just didn't, Zeb had played pretty well the last 2 weeks. So we started Zeb, but, we had, no reservations about putting Luke in the game. And, he probably would have played a little bit anyway if Zeb hadn't gotten hurt. I don't know. But we didn't really have to change much. Maybe a little bit more willing to call some, quarterback runs or quarterback read options, things like that with Luke in there. But we didn't really have to, wholesale change our plan. I really thought we had a good plan going into the game. And I thought we did a decent job executing. We've obviously got to be a whole lot better in the red zone. And when you get down there against a team like Georgia, you can't, kick field goals. And, if we go down there and we're able to score touchdowns there, who knows what happens.
Gene Zappa.
Shane, I know Georgia's like amazingly good, but some of the problems in the running game and along the offensive line were there in Greenville too. Do you see some recurring issues, and do you think they can be fixed?
Yeah, absolutely. Can be fixed. I saw some physical runs and obviously they're a really good defense and hard to run the football on, without a doubt. But we've got to continue to get better, players and coaches, and put together a scheme that gives our guys a chance to be successful.
Mike Yuba.
Shane, what did you think of the way the guys competed towards the end? A lot of energy, obviously, from you and your coaching staff, and just being able to fight despite what the scoreboard was indicating.
Yeah, we talk all the time about, competing and never looking at the scoreboard, whether we're, beating Eastern Illinois, whatever we were in the fourth quarter or whatever it was tonight, just, competing. And we always talk about, dominating the fourth quarter, and we don't look at the scoreboard and say, okay, well, we're losing. We're not going to try and dominate the fourth quarter tonight. All along, we wanted to get this game to the fourth quarter and go out there and make plays. And I was really proud of, the way that we competed, especially in the fourth quarter. I thought we got more physical as the game went on, and some of the, plays, the physicality, the covering the kickoff and the physicality on that kickoff cover at the end of the game. Some of the runs we had, the physicality, finishing runs defensively, Damani Staley, big hit over on the sideline. I was I was proud of them. Obviously, there's no moral victories. We're not patting ourselves on the back like all, we're because we lost by 27 points, but I did see that mentality really come together, which was good to see.
Bill Cornbluth.
Yeah. Hey, Shane. Two things for you. I know you've been concerned about soreness for Luke after he has gone out and played. Any word from him about how he was feeling after the game, number one? And number two, the unsportsmanlike by Josh Van. What do you say to a guy who's really emerged for you, but has a penalty that, was not a well-timed penalty, if there ever is one?
Yeah, no, Luke, as far as I know, he's good. he took some shots out there tonight, and they got a great pass rush and physical and defense like we talked about. I'm sure he'll be sore tomorrow, but he didn't, say anything to me during the game, and just in the locker room, I gave him a hug and told him I appreciated how hard he played. He didn't tell me otherwise then. We'll see. But, he battled. And I talked to him yesterday, Phil, before we left and got on the bus to come over here, that, I just want to make sure that he was in a good place mentally and physically, that if the situation arose and he needed to go in the game, that he was ready. And he was adamant. He was ready to roll and felt great. And then the penalties, I don't know. Obviously that can't happen. Josh was a captain for us tonight. Josh has been a fantastic leader. Really proud of what he's done on and off the field. And, we that's not how we're going to play football here at South Carolina. And I know I said the same crap against Eastern Illinois and East Carolina, and it keeps happening, and I'll keep coaching it and correcting it until we get it right. But, we can't play that way, and we're not going to play that way.
Dick Cox.
You're muted, Dick.
Okay, thank you. Shane, you played the number 2 team in the country at their place tonight. Did you learn anything about your team that you didn't already know tonight?
No, I don't think so. We played really, really physical, and that is a physical football team. Georgia is, and we didn't make enough plays and we didn't play well enough, but we certainly, I think, matched their physicality, and we had to have a chance to win this football game. Really good to see some of the individual plays that our receivers made and whatnot. And we're, a work in progress, not making excuses. I mean, we got a quarterback that was a graduate assistant for all summer and didn't even go through spring practice. And we got a guy that played the bulk of the reps at quarterback tonight, has been hurt for the last month. So we've got to continue to get better. We got to coach better, but I know we got a bunch of fighters in that locker room. And I told them in there, I cannot wait to get back to Columbia and get back to work with them tomorrow and get back out on the practice field tomorrow night and get ready for Kentucky.
Corey Diaz.
Shane, obviously, I know as a head coach, you aspired to win SEC East championships, SEC championships, potentially national championships. Just matching up with a Georgia team like you saw tonight, does it kind of give you a plan and a blueprint for how you want to proceed following this football season and into the off season?
Yeah. I mean, we've got to continue to recruit great players and continue to get better and better. But, right now it's instilling our culture and the mentality that we want to play with each and every week. And we don't look at the scoreboard, we just play. And I saw a lot of good signs of that. I mean, I'm not thinking long-term necessarily. I mean, we're doing everything in our power to let's get ready now to learn from this one and then get ready to, get better this week and go compete against Kentucky. But, I knew what Georgia was coming into it. I mean, I spent 2 years here with Kirby, his first 2 years, and I know what kind of program they have here. And it wasn't like any big surprise when I got out there tonight, how big and fast and strong and physical and all that they are. I mean, they got some great players and they're extremely well coached, and we've got to get better. But, certainly short term, we got to get better this week, figure out a way to compete and be better against Kentucky. Long term, certainly we're building a program and in the image that I want it to be.
Last one goes to Colin Taylor.
Yeah, Shane, you guys rotated Jazz and Ja'Kai a little bit at that left tackle spot. Just what went into the decision to do that, and how do you feel like both of those guys played there?
At first glance, I thought they did okay. I know, I think Jazz had a penalty and whatnot. Ja'Kai started, he had practiced well. And, we talk all the time, two of the core values in this program are accountability and competition. And we want to be accountable. And if a guy that practices better and competes and has a good week of practice, we certainly want to reward that guy. And that's what happened with Ja'Kai tonight. And just watching Ja'Kai, I mean, I know he had a holding penalty there at the end, but I thought he played really physical. I mean, there were some plays on our sideline where I know he blocked some guys all the way out of bounds towards the end of the game and put them on their back, which was good to see. So we've all got to continue to get better, but we need to continue to play guys, whether it be Ja'Kai, Rashawn Lee, whoever it may be. Keep getting better, and we're going to need everybody on this roster as we go.
Thank you, Coach.
And Ben, I didn't mean to be short. I just know they're not doing anything special on defense. They're really freaking good, and that is a fantastic front seven and a fast and physical defensive line. But scheme wise, no, they line up and say we're better than you and we're physical and come beat us, and that's what they did tonight, like they do every week. So I didn't mean to snap. Y'all have a good night.
You're good.